Hey guys, today we're going to talk about Shadow Decade, a cyberpunk thriller series set 10 years in the future. I had this idea in my head for a while of a woman who wakes up in the future. She comes out of a coma in the hospital, and she hasn't been there unconscious for a decade. She's been there for a week, but she doesn't know what she's been doing for the last 10 years. There's no records of what she's been doing. There's no police records. There's no hospital records, no financial records, no job history. So there she is, 10 years in the future, with nothing to her name. Most of her friends have moved on. She was assumed to be, missing, presumed dead. And now she has to sort of put her life together while unraveling the mystery of what's happened exactly. And that's the basic thrust of the story. And it deals with a lot of the issues that come up a lot in my work: isolation, alienation. In this book, culture shock and techno shock. Because if you've missed 10 years, you've missed 10 years of not only technological development, but also 10 years of cultural development, the way that attitudes change over time. And that's going to be changing faster and faster. One of the most exciting things about writing the book was all of the research into futurism and the way that technology and disruption are going to go, and the way that climate change is going to affect the world. The first book, Shadow Decade, is already out. The second book, Network Protocol, should be out in a couple days, the 23rd or 24th of April. And the third book, Open Proxy, is set for a August release. Some of the topics I cover, it is 10 years in the future, so it's near future. These are things that we are going to be dealing with in the next few years, including the disruption caused by 3D printing. I mean, Amazon just was awarded a patent for a print-on-demand clothing store, which is something that I touch on in the books a little bit. There's 3D printers, and if they are cheap and easy, then that will just devastate the fashion industry. Augmented reality is the primary interface in terms of computing, and we're already starting to see this a little bit with devices and apps for the phone that add an overlay. This takes this to the next level. I put in some stuff about climate change. There's a lot of climate refugees in the book. A lot of land is going to be becoming uninhabitable in the next few years, in the next decade. So that's going to add a lot of population pressure. Those people have to go somewhere. And when I wrote the book, I wrote it before the 2016 election. And I think, like most people, I didn't envision a future in which Trump had succeeded in becoming president and is going to be doing the things that he's been doing. So I may actually have to rewrite some of the third book to reflect those changes. I don't get into politics a whole lot in the books. It's mostly street level. We see what's happened by its effects. And I was following a fairly conservative, most likely outcome future planning. If nothing changes, as of when I started writing the books in 2015, this is what's going to happen. Well, as we all know, a lot has changed, making a lot of those predictions optimistic. So yeah, if the book sounds interesting, check them out. The first is on sale, the second will be on sale in a couple days, and the third will be coming out later this year.